Oh man, so as a lot of you may already know, I hold some Algorand in my portfolio, and despite some of my frustrations with the project, which I have mentioned in previous videos, I continue to hold, and I'm still holding on to the project going into the rest of 2022. Q1 has now finished. What is my view on Algorand? Where do I think it can hit? What are the key levels? And what is my price prediction for Algorand for the rest of 2022? We're going to share all of that and more in this video. So make sure you hit up the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. If you like my perspectives, consider joining my member live streams. You can pay monthly $30 and join my members only live streams. Links in the description to the pinned comment. You'll be able to join our little mentorship group there. Ask me questions. We can critique your portfolio, discuss your favorite coins, discuss macroeconomics. I can show you some TA stuff and anything else really. I'm at your disposal for you to ask questions pertinent to you. But here on Algorand, with the Algorand chart in front of us, it's been a painful ride. Let's be honest, guys. I held this for quite a while and I continued to dollar cost average here on the lows, all the way down to our zero level on our Fibonacci levels. We're just as low as we were in summer of 2021 when Bitcoin fell to 29. Algorand really has made no price progress in that period. I think that's the key thing here. We know Algorand has been making technological progress. We know they've been making some progress in terms of their partnerships, but their price has not made a move. And that question now arises. When there's so many other projects super cheap right now, you've got great projects out there, great proven layer one strategies. Why do I continue to hold Algorand? Now, this video specifically is going to be more of a price target videos, but what I will do is I'll link up some cards to videos where I speak more from a fundamental perspective of why I like the project Algorand. So if you invest in Algorand or you're considering Algorand and you want to know, from a fundamental perspective, why is pure proof of stake so good? How are they the first blockchain to offset their carbon emissions? How do they have a multi-layered blockchain? What about their founding team with Silva Mikali? We can talk about this for a long time. And the transaction speeds, the block finality, everything is right. They've solved literally the blockchain trilemma. They've been around for bull markets and bear markets. They've been around for a while. They've stood the test of time. So we can go over all the fundamentals. But in this video, we want to look at the price action. And right now, we're at the zero Fibonacci retracement level all the way here at the bottom, like I said, back to summer of 2021 where things were really bad for crypto. Now we're seeing crypto on the up, right? We've just seen Bitcoin break through 47,000, broken out from a long-term wedge. We've got a calming of tensions in the market. The stock market's feeling better. Investors are feeling better. We're now in a risk-on environment for the next few weeks. Where do we think we can hit in the remainder of 2020? Now, my first key level, which I want to mention, is our all-time high. And our all-time high sits at $2.55 on this weekly candle in September 2021. Yes, you could take this scam wick if you wanted to and use the high here at 280, but I want to stick to this one here as it was organic at $2.55. Let's use that as the all-time high. That's the first level where we need to work ourselves towards. And in order to get into an environment where we see that happen, we need Bitcoin on site, right? If we imagine what would the environment look like for Algorand to be back at $2.55, Bitcoin would have to be roaring at around 64, 65,000, that's for sure. Algorand would need to progress in what they're doing. We need some good partnerships. We need some good anecdotal evidence of them progressing and doing good, right? And more importantly, as I discussed in my video, where I talk about my concerns on Algorand, need to solve this marketing challenge. This is going to be the biggest thing for this year. I want to see a marked improvement in the marketing capabilities of Algorand. Now, I know I've heard interviews from some of the Algorand team and people close to the Algorand team, and they say, no, but we just want to be the backbone, right? We want to run without any marketing. And I think that's fine, but people still need to know who you are, right? They don't need to know that you, for example, power the El Salvador ecosystem with their enablement of crypto. They don't need to necessarily know it's you powering all these companies and all these CBDCs, but they need to know Algorand as a whole, and you need somewhat of a brand presence. I'll give you an example. You use the example of AWS, right? So many companies run on the AWS infrastructure, which is Amazon Web Services. Something like Netflix is running on AWS. You don't know, but they're running on the technological stack of Amazon. Yeah, but Amazon still needs a brand to be able to command that. They still needed a brand to be able to get Amazon Web Service out there. And that is what Algorand need to do. So it's good that they've hired their new CEO from more of a traditional finance. I think she was ex-JP Morgan. We covered that in a video as well. Stacey Warden, I believe her name was. So she's identified the issue straight away. We covered that again in the video. She said, look, we need to be better at marketing. We need to be better at getting the word out there. So it's good that she's identified that. And that's what kept me bullish for now, is that she knows about it and she's focused on it. So that's the key thing. Now, my next level here, looking at this weekly chart, is we were forming this wedge. And in fact, if I head over to the daily, you'll see it a little bit clearer. When things were looking good, and let me remove the EMA ribbon. We're not right now. When things were in its nice period here from September, now you saw we started into this triangle pattern here. Now, a technical breakout to the upside would have given us a $2.75 roughly Algorand. So that's our next level. Once we break all-time highs, we do want to see us post that higher high at about 275. So I want to monitor that level at 275. And then longer term, my price target where I want us to head to is the Fibonacci golden ratio level at $3.70. This is the level I'm looking at for here. And I think this is possible in 2022. Okay, I do think that's possible this year. We're going to need a lot of tailwinds behind us, right? We're going to need things to go the right way. And we put this into perspective. There's various things which the project can control, but there's things that are out of the control of the project which can stop us from hitting that price, right? So the key thing is we want the project to do the things that are right for the project. We want to see more total value locked. We want to see more exciting use cases on the Algorand network. We want to hear more headlines about them helping countries with CBDCs and being the backbone of the infrastructure for many countries or institutions, right? We want to hear that. We want to see better marketing. We want to see better hype. We want to see more community building, getting people involved, getting people excited, telling people about how amazing the system is. Do you know how few people could tell you that Algorand has amazing transaction fees, great block finality? They're the first blockchain with offset carbon emissions. They're a multi-layer blockchain, which means they've got a layer 2 inbuilt into its network. Right? They're using pure proof of stake, so they're more decentralized than just a normal proof of stake model, right? So many great things that Phantom say, but they just can't get the message out there. For whatever reason, their CEO, they don't have a Charles Hodgkinson, they don't have these kinds of people tweeting out there and speaking on behalf of Algorand. They need to figure that piece out. If they can figure that piece out with a tailwind from Bitcoin running towards, 100,000, then this is possible. We can definitely see $3.70, and I'd even say more at that point. If Bitcoin's heading towards 100, which would indicate a doubling from here, there's no reason that we couldn't see a 5 to 10x on something like Algorand from here, which would actually take you to $5 to $10. So my Fibonacci, to round up, my Fibonacci target sits at here. I always have a technical target. My fundamental target, when I'm looking at how undervalued Algorand is, I'm saying there's no reason you couldn't get to from $5 to $10 here on Algorand. I mean, if we just head over to the market cap, let's take a look at this. We can do this together. And you look at certain projects. Let's find Algorand. So you can see here, Algorand sitting at 6 billion in market cap. Okay. Now, if we're to argue that Algorand is a solid layer 1 solution, straight away you can see from Algorand at 6. You've got Cosmos sitting at 8. Let's keep going. Okay, so you've got something like Matic at 13. So you've got Matic at 13. Let's keep going. You've got Polkadot at 22. Avalanche. Avalanche is a great example, right? Sitting at 24. So from 6, where we're sitting on Algorand, to 24 is a 4x, just to keep up with where Avalanche is today. Okay, just to keep up with where Avalanche is today. And keep in mind, if Bitcoin was running towards 100,000, Avalanche is going to double, triple, quadruple, 5x up as well. So for us to say that we can't get a 5 to 6x on Algorand now, which would get you to today's Avalanche price when the whole market is moving, I mean, that's a realistic price prediction from me, and that's where I would be expecting my Algorand to go. Now, as I mentioned, I'll be completely clear because I'm not here to blow hype up a project. Not here to give you a one-sided view. I've made very clear what my expectations are from Algorand, and if I see a lack of progress in any of the marketing aspects, in any of the hype, in the social activity, in the positive news coming out of Algorand, if it's just another dead quiet year and we don't see any news and we don't get any traction, then I'm seriously going to be considering my position. I'll make that clear to you guys at the time, but for now, the risk to a return on Algorand, anybody in entering at these points, absolutely crazy, because you've already got a proven coin that a year ago ran to $2.55, right? So to argue that it's going to get to $2.55 for me is a done deal. It's more about where can it head to thereafter here on Algorand. The project is amazing, as fundamentally sound a project as you can get. I mean, this is the complete opposite of a meme coin, right? This is an amazing project with zero hype. A meme coin is no substance, no project, 100% hype, Algorand is all project, no hype, but they need some hype. They need to learn some of that from Shiba, from Doge, from Cardano, how to get the community. Phantom's done an amazing job of it. They need to figure that piece out. And if they can, Algorand could be a sleeping giant. I've said it a few times before. Guys, as always, if you appreciate this video, make sure you're smashing up the like button, subscribing. If you appreciate this blend between technicals and fundamentals, make sure you're letting me know. Make sure that like button's hit. And also, what I'm going to do at the end of this video, if you appreciate my perspectives on how I look at these different things, how I analyze my favorite cryptos, head over into the pinned comment below, get into the Discord, find out how to become a member on our live streams, where we're adding jam-packed at least 3 weekly live streams where you guys can ask me any questions. We talk about what's on my mind. I can share some of the details which I'm unable to on daily videos here. What I'm going to do at the end of this video, I'm going to link up a video to the video where I talk about what it would take for me to sell my Algorand. Go watch that video. Make sure you understand my perspective fully on Algorand. So if you're that way, you're holding Algorand or you're thinking about holding Algorand, you know exactly where my mindset is with that. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.